Hi everyone. Today we are going to discuss Social Science Model Paper 3. I know your time is precious, but please invest your time in this video. We are going to discuss 33 questions with its answers. You can see here these ticked questions are very important for your examination. So we are going to discuss important questions in this video. Section 1. 12 questions you have to answer. Each question carries 1 mark. 12 marks you are going to get from section 1. First question. Give any one example of renewable resource. Answer: water, wind, solar energy, tidal energy, etc. Any one you can write. Second question. Which soil is ideal for growing cotton? Answer: black soil. Third question. Which one of the following industries uses bauxite as a raw material? Aluminium industry. Fourth question. Choose the odd one out. Answer: Bismarck. Fifth question. Expand: IBRD, International Bank for Reconstruction and Development. Sixth question. Germany: Axis power, Britain: Allied power. Seventh question. What is federalism? A system of governance in which political authority is divided and shared between the central government and regional or state or local governments. Eighth question. Dash was the first state created on the basis of language. Answer: Andhra state. Ninth question. What is manifesto? So manifesto is released during the election campaigns and it is belongs to political parties. Public declaration of a party's principles, goals and proposed policies usually released during election campaigns. 10th question. A company that owns or controls production in more than one nation is called multinational company. 11th question. Show on a bar graph employment. Primary sector 44%, secondary sector 25%, tertiary sector 31%. You have to draw bar graph and you have to indicate all these things. So you can see here primary sector, secondary sector, tertiary sector. Okay, you have to indicate like this. 12th question. Name the easternmost country from the given list. Mexico, USA, China, India. Answer: China. So we completed section 1. Now we are moving to section 2. 8 questions you have to answer. Each question carries 2 marks. 16 marks you are going to get from section 2. So you can see here this is tick. Okay. So this question is also important. So wherever you see marks, think that it is important. So learn properly those questions. 13th question. Explain the importance of manufacturing industries. You have to write importance of manufacturing industry. Manufacturing industry is considered as the backbone of economic development because it generates employment, increases productivity and contributes to GDP growth. See advantages. Manufacturing industry will become a backbone of economic development and it generates employment, increases productivity, and contributes to GDP growth. Manufacturing industries help in reducing poverty and promoting economic self sufficiency by producing goods. Question 14. Why are the means of transportation and communication called the lifelines of national economy? Because it reduces the distance. Point 1. The means of transport and communication have reduced distances, bringing the world closer, which we often refer to a global village. Point 2. No country today can prosper without the cooperation and assistance of other countries. 15th question. Observe the map and answer the following questions. So I will show here. Okay. Observe this map. Name the island in the Indian Ocean. Answer Madagascar. 16th question. It is difficult to imagine a world without printed material. Comment. Mass communication, preservation. These are the side headings. Printed matter has enabled people to share ideas, knowledge, and information on a large scale. Printed materials examples books, newspapers, and magazines have been instrumental in spreading awareness. Second point preservation. Libraries, archives, and museums have been able to preserve valuable printed historical documents and artifacts. 17th question. Make a table that shows central, state, and concurrent lists. Union list, state list, concurrent list. Union list defense, banking, communications. State list police, agriculture, trade. Concurrent list education, forest, marriages. These are the examples. 18th question. Mention the problems faced by the women today. Women face violence in many forms, including domestic violence, sexual assault, and harassment. These are the problems. 19th question. Give some examples where factors other than income are important aspects of our lives rather than income. Respect, security, environment, and health are important other than income. Question 20. What precautions should be taken by a consumer before purchasing a product? Before purchasing a product, what precautions should be taken by consumer? These precautions should be taken by a consumer before purchasing a product are consider the value, check quality standards, consider the brand's reputation. We completed section 2. Now we are moving to section 3. You have to answer 8 questions. Each question carries 4 marks. 32 marks you are going to get from section 3. Question 21. Why is biodiversity important for human lives? Biodiversity is important because it provides us with food, medicine, and clean water. Maintain healthy ecosystems that support all life on Earth. Different species contribute to climate stability and help regulate the environment. Protecting biodiversity ensures that future generations can enjoy these benefits too. Now we are moving to question 22. Why do we need to conserve mineral resource? Mineral resources need to be conserved because they are limited and even the future generations need them too. It takes millions of years for them to be created. Geological processes of mineral formations are so slow that the rates of replenishment are infinitely small in comparison to the present rate of consumption. Continued and relentless extraction of ores leads to increasing costs and decrease in the quality as well as quantity. We have discussed this question in model paper 1. So you can refer model paper 1 also. Question 23. Observe the map and answer the following questions. Wait 1 minute. I will show. Okay. You can see from here. I think this is. You can see. Okay, see. Question 23. You can see this map. For better clarity, you can see from your textbook. Okay. Question 23. Observe the map and answer the following questions. First question. What is the sea between the Europe and Africa? Mediterranean Sea. Second question. Name the biggest empire in this map. Russian Empire. Russian Empire. Question 24. Explain about proto-industrialization. Proto-industrialization refers to a phase of economic and social development that occurred before the full-scale industrialization. The proto-industrialization laid the groundwork for changes in the production, production methods, labor patterns, and urbanization. It was the phase before industrialization. Question 25. Analyze the graph. You have to analyze this graph. You have to analyze this graph. This graph is about women in national parliaments in different regions of the world. In percentage, they have given this. You have to analyze this graph and you have to write some information. So, you have to write some information. So, already we have discussed that question. Now, I'm moving to question 26. Democracy can't reduce inequality of incomes between different citizens. Support or oppose your answer. I oppose this statement because democracy provides a framework for reducing income equality through the following ways. So you can see this. Okay, this is a bar graph again I have given. So please leave that. Um, okay, see side headings. Question 26 side headings. Policy making for redistribution. And again, second side heading empowerment of citizens, rule of law, public accountability. About these side headings, you have to write. And we are moving to question 27. Why is the issue of sustainability important for development? The issue of sustainability is crucial for development because it ensures that the needs of the present generations are met without compromising the ability of future generations. Environmental protection, economic growth, social equity, global challenges. These are the side headings. You have to write about these side headings, one or two lines. Environmental protection. Sustainable development reduces resource depletion, pollution, and environmental degradation, preserving ecosystems for the future. Environmental protection means preserving ecosystems for the future. Economic growth. You have, you can see here, by by promoting renewable energy, efficient resource and green technologies, sustainability supports long-term economic stability and growth by promoting renewable energy and efficient resources. Third point, social equity. Sustainability emphasizes equal and access to resources and opportunities, ensuring that development benefits all sections of society. Social equity means access to equal access to resources and opportunities. Global challenges. Global issues like climate change, biodiversity loss, and water scarcity. These are all global challenges. Question 28. Mention a few factors which cause exploitation of consumers. The exploitation of consumers happen in the marketplace as follows: the sale of adulterated goods, the sale of substandard goods, use of false weights and measures, lack of awareness. The scale of adulterated goods means adulterating means addition of inferior or harmful substances to the product being sold. The sale of substandard goods means the sale of goods which do not to be prescribed quality, conform the prescribed quality standards. Use of false weights and measures. The goods sold in the market are sometimes not measured correctly. Lack of awareness. Many consumers lack information about the products and brands. Section 4. Up to now we have completed section 3. Now we are moving with section 4. 5 questions you have to answer. Each question carries 8 marks. And in question number 33, both A and B, India map and world map, should be answered separately. 40 marks you are going to get from section 4. 5 questions you have to answer. Question number 29. A. Explain the importance of water resources. You have to write the importance of water resources: sustenance, agriculture, economic development, environmental balance, transportation and trade, human development, climate regulation. These are the side headings. So you can see here importance of water resources. Water is essential natural resource, vital for sustaining life and supporting ecological balance. Life sustenance. Water is necessary for drinking, cooking, and sanitation, ensuring human survival and health. Agriculture. Water resources are vital for irrigation, which supports food production and security. Approximately 70% fresh water is used in agriculture globally. So 70% is used in agriculture. Third point, economic development. Industries rely on water for production processes, cooling and cleaning. For these processes they use water. Hydropower generates renewable energy, contributing to economic growth. Fourth point, environmental balance. Rivers, lakes, and wetlands maintain ecosystems, support aquatic life, and regulating the climate. So, water cycle helps in temperature regulation and precipitation. Transportation and trade. You are using water in transportation and also trade. Rivers and seas serve as major transportation routes for goods and people. Water bodies promote economic activities like fishing and tourism. Sixth point, human development. It supports sanitation and hygiene critical for preventing epidemics. Seventh point, climate regulation. Sorry, climate regulations. Oceans and other water bodies absorb carbon dioxide and regulate global temperature. Wetlands act as natural water filters. Okay, wetlands act as natural water filters and flood buffers. Conserving and managing water resources sustainably is essential for essential to support life? Or B. 29th question B. Describe geographical conditions required for the growth of rice. Geographical conditions required for the growth of rice. Rice is the staple food crop in India. Geographical conditions required for the growth of rice are: rice grows best in warm, humid climates. It requires a temperature range of about 20 to 30 degrees Celsius. Temperature 20 to 30 degrees Celsius and climatic warm, humid should be. Rice grows best in warm and humid climates. Okay. It requires a temperature range of both about 20 to 30 degrees Celsius. Temperature is 20 to 30 degrees Celsius and temperature should be um, 20 to 30 degrees Celsius. The plant needs plenty of water, often grown in flooded fields like called paddies. Rice grows well in fertile alluvial loamy, okay, and clayey soils. It is usually grown in regions with a rainy season, provide enough water. Good sunlight is essential for rice plants to grow strong and healthy. Rice can be cultivated in lowland areas near rivers and deltas. Some types of rice can also grow in upland areas, but they need less water. So, what are the conditions? Let's see again. Rice grows best in warm, humid climate. Climate should be warm and humid. Temperature range should be 20 to 30 degrees Celsius. So, the plant needs plenty of water. Rice grows well in fertile, alluvial, and clayey soils. And rice usually grow in regions with a rainy season. Regions with a rainy season. To grow rice plant, good sunlight is essential. Rice can be cultivated in low land area near rivers and deltas. Some types of rice can also grow in upland areas, lowland areas, and some rice plants also can grow upland areas, but they need less water. Upland areas need less water. Okay. Now, question 30. Yeah, you have to read this paragraph and you have to comment on it. Please read this paragraph. Pause the video and read this paragraph. Okay. You have to write introduction, explanation, analysis. At last, you have to write conclusion. Next, that B. Some people in 18th century Europe think that print culture would bring enlightenment. Comment. Ease and affordable availability of printed materials meant that literacy would no longer be restricted to the upper classes. This development was seen as a powerful engine of progress and public opinion by social reformers. Social reformers like Lossie, Sebastian Mercier, and Martin Luther. They believed that print culture would enable the spread of new ideas, making them more accessible to the common. The clergy and monarchs, on the other hand, feared the enlightenment that a vast reading public would gain. The print medium allowed the ideals, ideals of freedom, equality, and brotherhood set forth by Rousseau, Rousseau, and Voltaire in their writings to reach the public. The power of reason that the public gained initiated social reform and brought an end to despotism. So this is about 18th century Europe. Some people in 18th century think that print culture would bring enlightenment. So once again I will give you summary. Easy and affordable printed materials meant literacy would no longer be restricted to upper classes. As a powerful engine of progress by social reformers like Lucy Sebastian Mercier and Martin Luther. They believed print culture would enable the spread of new ideas, making them accessible to common people. Print medium allowed ideals of freedom, equality, and brotherhood by Rousseau and Voltaire to reach the public. The power of reason that the public gained initiated social reform and brought an end to despotism. So, this is the summary of this question. Next, question 31. A. What are the different forms of power sharing in modern democracies? Give an example of each of this. Horizontal distribution of power. Next, vertical distribution of power. Power sharing between different social groups. Fourth, power sharing between political parties, pressure groups, and movements. Four side headings you have to write. Horizontal distribution of power. Power shared among legislature, executive, judiciary means checks and balances. Example India. Horizontal distribution of power. Example is India. An example of this is India. Second point vertical distribution of power. Power shared among central, state, local governments. I'm giving brief. Okay. Answer for this examples are union and state governments in India. Third side heading power sharing between different social groups. Power sharing among social groups through reservation. Example Belgium among ethnic groups. So you can learn from this. Fourth point power sharing between political parties, pressure groups, and movements. Ensure power does not remain in one hand. So I said briefly about this, but you can learn from here. So next, B. What are the various challenges faced by political parties? What are the various challenges faced by political parties? Political parties face several challenges: internal disagreements, politics, money influence, limited choices, lack of transparency, misuse of power. These are the challenges. First challenge different ideas within a party lead to conflict. Dynastic politics means same family keeps leading a party, does not give new leaders a chance. Third challenge money influence. Parties get money from rich individuals or companies, work for those interests instead of people. Next challenge, lack of transparency. Parties not sharing plans openly reduces public trust. Last challenge, misuse of power. Parties in power misuse authority to stay in control rather than help people. So these are the challenges faced by the political parties. Next question 32. A. Analyze the graph. This is bar graph. You have to analyze this bar graph. GDP by primary, secondary, and tertiary sectors. Year 1973 to 74, and another year between 2013 to 2014. You can see primary, secondary, tertiary marked like this. You have to analyze this graph and you have to write some information about that. So you have to write like this information. And next, in that only 32b, observe the pie chart and analyze it. You have to analyze this pie chart. You have to write some information like introduction, explanation, analysis. At last, you have to write conclusion. So please read from here. This is very easy. By using this pie chart, you're going to answer these all. So read this. Please ignore this image. Same image again displayed. Okay. Now 33 question. A. Locate the following in the given outline map of India. 1 to 4 or 5 to 8. You have to locate in India map. So please locate in India map. See this map once. Next, B. Locate the following in the given map of old. Old map you have to indicate 1 to 4 or 5 to 8. Anything from 1 to 4 or 5 to 8. Anything you wish. But you have to write A, B. 33 question you have to attempt A, B. India map and old map. So wait once. I'll show this old map. I think now it is clear to you. So thank you for watching.